Welcome to your guided imagery session. It is best to be seated in a quiet place where you will not be interrupted. Under no circumstance should you listen to this audio while driving a car or at any time when you need to remain alert and vigilant. Before we start, make sure you are sitting upright, feet on the floor, hands on your thighs or in your lap, and back straight if at all possible. There may be times of silence on this audio, which will allow you to better imagine a certain situation or enjoy a particular part of the session. If you should fall asleep, next time, listen when you feel a bit more rested. It is perfectly okay not to remember everything that is being said. The front of your mind may wander, but the back of your mind remains alert always, ready to motivate you to manage your thoughts creatively and enhance your overall physical and emotional health. So now start with your breath and become aware of your in-breath and your out-breath. Is your breathing shallow, high in your chest, or lower? Does it feel erratic, or does it have a rhythm to it? Just observe your breath. No need to interfere or force it. Just witness your in-breath and your out-breath as you shift from cramped concentration to a place of quiet comfort. And if thoughts should come into your awareness, just allow them to come and then fade, each time returning your attention to your breath, aware of your chest expanding and collapsing as you leave behind your occupied, preoccupied mind, knowing that right now it is wise to move from needing to be right into the wisdom of not knowing. Treating each thought that comes into your mind like a passing car, aware but not particularly interested, as you remain receptive to the quality of your comfort, enjoying this gift of time on your own time, away from time. No worry about not having enough time, for there is plenty of time to be aware and enjoy this sense of safety that comes over your entire body. and mind. That's right. Leave the world in flux. Allow the outside world to flow over, under, and around you as you accept your thoughts as just thoughts. Body sensations as just body sensations. Sounds as only sounds. As you start to connect to a deeper sense of curiosity and discovery, feeling your quieting mind open, ready to investigate what is possible. And right now, you could be feeling much heavier, or maybe lighter. Some people feel suspended, like they are floating, like a jellyfish in the water, safely suspended and drifting with the water's current, never needing to expend energy in order to gather what automatically comes its way, carried by life's currents. It remains flexible and unaffected by the tides, free to enjoy the moment, never resisting, always receptive, understanding that there is value in waiting to receive. By now, your breathing has no doubt slowed and softened. Soft belly, rising and falling. Intuitively, you know wisdom comes when you are grounded in this place of deep comfort, where your courage resides. This place where you have the muscle to remain calm and allow any tension or stress or anxiety to simply dissolve. That's right. So now that you're in this still, quiet space, you may notice a change has taken place. You have allowed your mind and body to slow. You have created an opening of comfort, which you may not have felt in some time. Life is a fascinating sport, isn't it? And sometimes we get pulled to the sidelines. Something or other can happen, and you can feel overly concerned. And even though you weren't in harm's way, it could have felt that way. And so as a result, You may now leave places, events, activities, meetings, or maybe you refuse to go in the first place. But I wonder if you might now seriously contemplate a change of tune as you consider changing your mind. Only you know where and when you will decide to change your mind and send a new signal to your body that it's okay to remain cool and calm and enjoy life as the world continues to bring one day after another into your life. I don't know if you have skied before, but you do know about skiing, I'm sure. Maybe you have watched it on television. Basically, you know that skiing is the safe way to come safely down a snowy mountain, arriving safely at the bottom. And there is a specific strategy skiers use to get to where they want to go safely. And that strategy is based upon breaking the slope into sections. Into so many left and right turns, which helps them manage their speed as they crisscross the slope, deliberately turning to slow themselves down so they remain cool and calm and safe. It can be entrancing to get into that back and forth rhythm as you divide the slope into small increments, moving at your own pace without concern to the left and then the right, oblivious to what is going on around you, because you are mesmerized by how you can manage by breaking up the experience into moments. And one thing is certain: you can tolerate anything for the moment, which everyone agrees is between 1 and 3 seconds. So as you break your days and nights into moments, you might find that you can, indeed, tolerate one moment after another, which surprisingly adds up to minutes, which can then add up to hours of time without you once putting a brake on your mind or your body, never resisting the opportunity to move forward. Because it is so fascinating to feel the experience of staying connected to your source of healthy energy that allows you to maneuver your way in and out of the grocery store, meetings, activities, breakfast, lunch, or maybe dinner out, maybe a movie, and in all cases, your hands are up, high, in the air, open, ready to catch whatever ball is thrown your way. Finding you are able to carry the ball skillfully from one place to another, comfortably, as you become absorbed in the adventure of it all, remaining cool and calm, because as you move to the left and then to the right, you are able to sidestep any obstacles that are in your path. And before you know it, you find yourself taking the garbage out in your pajamas without concern, because things have changed for you. You've come to understand that no one is perfect. Therefore, being good enough is good enough, because everyone has their own garbage. And so you don't ever again have to think that everything is about you, which makes life so much more interesting. As you sway left and right into embracing life instead of bracing against it. And before we end the session, there's always enough time for a good story, isn't there? I would like to tell you the story about two men who were installing light poles. I don't know if you know, but those tall light poles are very heavy, and sometimes they do fall before the installers have them anchored. Anyway, there was this guy that was new to the job, and he said to a seasoned installer, "Boy, I know if one of those babies starts to fall, I'm going to run like mad." And the seasoned installer said, "No, you don't want to do that. In fact, that's exactly what you shouldn't do. What you gotta do is run directly toward that light pole and grab it and hold on tight, even though it's going down. Then you will be safe." Interesting story, isn't it? So now it is time to close the session. time for you to stretch your legs and arms. Spread your fingers and toes. And bring in a deep breath, bringing energy back into your mind and body. And then very, very slowly, start to open your eyes, wide awake, rested, and alert, and ready for your day and night.